Hey everybody, it's Facebook Live Friday. I'm super excited to be here. I'm Melissa Costello. I'm a transformational eating coach and founder of Karma Chow. I'm also a holistic nutritionist and a plant-based chef, and I have a couple different books, the Clean in 14 Detox and the Karma Chow Ultimate Cookbook. So you can look those up on Amazon if you're interested in getting some awesome recipes. Also, my website is karmachow.com. So I'm hoping that I'm live because sometimes this video doesn't always work, but it looks like I'm here and I'm just going to start sharing away. So today I'm excited to talk about this topic because it's one that's very important, and it's about giving up the food fight and learning to trust our bodies. So if you're online here with me, say hello. Hello, hello, hello. Yes, hello. Hi, Deborah. Welcome. Thanks for joining me today for my Facebook Live session. And again, I'm Melissa Costello. I'm super excited to be here. And today we're talking about giving up the food fight and learning to trust your body. So I sent out an email yesterday that talked all about this and how we tend to beat our bodies up. We tend to say mean things to our bodies. We tend to get pissed at them when we're not losing weight. We'll do all of these things if we feel like our bodies are turning their backs on us or not cooperating. And, so it's a very charged topic because so many women struggle with, wanting to lose weight, struggle with how they feel in their bodies, and the whole dieting vicious cycle. So today I'm going to just give you some tips on how you can start to let go of that food fight and feel really good in your body and start to trust your body, because I think that so many of us have stopped trusting our bodies. And we do things like diet, which basically tells our body, I don't trust you. And we do things like count calories, and we restrict, and then we weigh ourselves all the time. And then, there's so many different things that happen. And, having a poor body image is something that's really connected to binge eating. So if we have a poor body image, if we don't like our bodies, if we don't feel good in our bodies, it often can lead to binge eating or overeating or put us in that vicious cycle. And, in my experience, in my journey growing up, I fought with my body for years. I'd have to say well over 20 years I fought with my body. And I feel like I missed out on so much living and, hating my body, not being able to look at myself in the mirror, just, squeezing every little this and that an inch and going, ew, that's gross. And, all the things I said to my body, I just treated it so poorly, and no wonder it never wanted to cooperate with me, because our bodies are an innocent party, and it's so important that we know that they're an innocent party, right? They just want to serve us. They want to be healthy. They want to be vital. They want good food. But the problem is here, our minds. So much of this fight is really about getting your mindset right and really shifting your relationship to your body so that you start trusting it again. And once you feel good in your body and you start trusting again, all that food craziness goes away, or it starts to wane. It's not as big as it seems. So if you're someone who is always obsessing about food, thinking about the next meal, what's good, what's bad, or if you ate something that you feel like you shouldn't have and you have to start over on Monday or start over the next day, or you're cutting out carbs or you're cutting out sugar, you're someone who is probably struggling with your body and struggling with food and having a good relationship to both. And it's super important that, we really look at our relationship with our bodies in conjunction with that, because again, when we don't like our bodies, it really sets us up. It's a big trigger for binge eating, overeating, the vicious yo-yo dieting cycle. So, if you are someone who tends to eat when you're not physically hungry and you find yourself stressed out, you find yourself eating when you feel sad, or when you're just sitting in front of the TV at night, just checking out with a bag of chips in front of you, and then whatever the next thing is, and a big, huge family-sized bowl of popcorn, all of those things, and you're just eating when you're not actually physically hungry, you are an emotional eater, and most of us are. And there's a wonderful coach just like me who does this same work. Her name's Isabella Foxenduke, and she was talking about her definition of diet. And this really resonated with me, and I'd never really heard it explained this way. But she said a diet is really any way of eating that has an emotional attachment to it. So when we say emotional attachment, it usually means that there's some kind of story about the way we're eating, whether it's good or it's bad, or we're depriving ourselves, or we're starting over on Monday, or like all those things I just mentioned. We have like an emotional attachment to it, and because it's attached to the way we feel about our bodies. So she really inspired me to think deeper about this, and I've worked over the years on my trust with my body and really allowing my body to do and be the way it wants to be when I treat it really well. Because here's the thing, our body is just a byproduct of all the choices that we've been making up until now. So you're the one making the choices. Your mind is making the choices. Most of the time you're not letting your body make the choices, because if you were, you'd only be eating when you're hungry. You'd only be eating usually healthy foods, unless you have some sort of major sugar addiction. Then it's really about working on that first, and then really allowing yourself to listen to what your body needs. And so many of us are disconnected from our bodies. When's the last time you stood in front of the mirror and actually appreciated what you saw and felt gratitude for your body and put your hands on your body and just felt good about the strength of it and all that it gives to you every single day, right? Our bodies give us so much every single day, and we abuse them. We say mean things, we judge them, we pinch them, we won't look at them in the mirror. And, that relationship with our body really puts us down that road of that dysfunctional relationship with food. I mean, it's like, which comes first, the chicken or the egg, and it's really hard to know, because so much of the belief system starts when we're really, really young, and it starts with our families and how we're raised around food. There's people who are in the Clean the Plate Club. There's people who are in the, eat whatever you want club, or eat just because it's lunchtime, not because you're actually hungry, right? So we haven't been listening to our bodies. We're just kind of going through the motions with these habits that we've picked up and with these beliefs that we've picked up. So we've become so disconnected from what our bodies really need. And then that results in fighting with food, and it results in the food obsession and the being crazy around food. Oh my God, and when I say I spent years in that, I spent years, and I missed out on so much of my life. And I don't like to have regrets, and I think that life is too short to have regrets, but I really do feel like if I would have gotten help sooner and started working with my coach sooner, that I would have had so much more relief and so much more freedom, and I would have experienced so many more amazing things at a younger age. And now I'm almost 50, I'm getting close to 50. And, my body is, I'm in great shape, and I feel really good, and I do the things I love, and I play volleyball every day, almost every day, and I cycle and I hike, and, I live in a place where I can do all those things. But the reason why I do all those things is because they feel good, and I really enjoy the way my body feels when I'm doing those things. And I really enjoy the way my body feels when I'm eating good food, and when I'm feeding it well, and when I'm listening to it. And that even includes getting enough sleep and managing stress and doing meditation and breath work, because so much of it is connected, and the way we treat our bodies. I mean, I remember not ever being able to like what I saw in the mirror, and always like pinching my thighs and going, oh, I wish my thighs were, straighter and didn't have like this shape to them, or, I wish I didn't have this little like love handle on the side here. And so much of it also was body dysmorphia, and like seeing my body in a different way than it really was. And that started at such a young age. And that was where my insanity with food came in. So like something for you to think about is, how much do you like your body? How do you treat your body? Do you listen to it? Do you judge it? Do you call it fat? Do you say, oh, I hate my thighs? Oh, I hate my arms? There's always that one part of our body that we don't like, and then when we see it look good on other people, we admire it on other people. And so like thinking about those things and how you've been treating your body, what have you been saying to it? You know, have you been abusing it with your words? And have you been judging, you know, the way you eat, which results in how you feel about your body? And it's this cycle we get in, right? So, you know, and so much of that is linked into why we struggle losing weight. You know, if you're someone who wants to lose weight and you've been dieting and you've been going in this cycle and trying the next thing and doing the next diet and the next meal plan and whatever the cleanse is that you want to lose weight, it just puts us in that cycle, and it makes it really hard for us to actually lose weight and keep it off. We'll just stay in that constant vicious struggle where we yo-yo, we'll lose, we'll gain, we'll lose, we'll gain, and then it feels like I'm never going to get this right. It just is disappointing. It's discouraging. And I know, like, I always felt like a failure. I don't know about you, but that was one of the ways I felt. And it was really hard for me. And because I felt so disempowered. And it's so important that we feel empowered in our lives, in all areas of our lives. And, you know, and I know that, you know, our lives not every area of our life can be in balance all the time. But I feel like if we can actually tune in to our bodies and really connect to them and what they need, it will make everything in our life so much easier, you know, and then we won't really obsess about the food anymore. And, you know, and needing to lose weight or how we feel in a dress or what people will think about us. You know, that's another big thing that people get really caught up in, is like what other people are thinking about them and the way they look. And I'm going to tell you one thing that I know is true. No one is thinking about you because they're thinking about themselves, and they're judging themselves for how they feel and look. So when you get all caught up in if you think other people are thinking about you, they're thinking about themselves. Because why wouldn't they be? Because you're thinking the same thing. You're like, oh no, what are they thinking about me? Well, that person's thinking the same thing. It's kind of funny. So we're all kind of caught up in our insanity about like what other people think about us and how we look and all of that. And when we are connected to our bodies and when we feel empowered in our lives, none of that stuff matters. And when we're being authentic. So authenticity is such a huge part of this journey, and it's part of my smart food system that I teach my one-on-one clients. And really being authentic and really being honest and truthful about the way you eat. And, you know, like, are you hiding food? Are you ashamed to eat in front of your husband or your kids? Or do you go, like, after everyone goes to bed at night, do you, you know, scarf down food and feel bad about it and look around like, who's going to see me? You know, there's so much shame that's connected with that. And it's just all like body, mind, all of it is just so connected. So we often have hard time losing weight and keeping weight off, and it feels like this constant battle. Well, the reason why is because you're battling with your body. And before I go into giving you some action tips, I wanted to just share that one thing that I have been able to hone in on, and I shared this the other night in my Smart Food training class, is that I've been able to come up with 3 questions that I ask my clients. And when I get the answer to those 3 questions, I know without a shadow of a doubt why it is that they're struggling with weight loss and keeping it off. And I offer, you know, those 3 questions when I give away my free consultation sessions, my free strategy sessions, to talk to people and to coach them and to really see like where their struggles are. So I am offering all of you today who are live here to have time with me and to really hone in on why it is that you struggle so much. And I will ask you those 3 questions if you sign up for a free coaching session with me, and I can support you in really getting to the underlying reason why you are having so much trouble. So if you want to sign up for one of those sessions for me, you can go to my website, karmachow.com/consultation, and you can set up a session to talk with me. And I love connecting with my tribe. I mean, I'm here with you every Friday, and I love to be able to connect with you and offer you support and, you know, to be able to give these things out so that I know that you feel supported and that you have steps to take for transformation for yourself. So, couple things, couple little actions in terms of, how we can start to trust our bodies and to give up the food fight. So one of the ways, and this is again part of my smart food system that I use when I work with my private clients, is to start to eat undistractedly. So, so much of what I'm talking about, the food and the body, it's all connected. I know I've said that a few times. But one of the first things that you can do to start to reconnect to your body is to eat when you're not distracted. And what I mean by that is walking away from your computer, walking away from your phone, not eating in the car, not eating in front of the TV, sitting down at a table, and just taking your time. So we don't really take time anymore to enjoy our food, to taste our food, to feel our food in our bodies, to actually connect into when we feel full. And when we're eating while distracted, we can't ever tune into those things, because what often happens is that we'll overeat and then we'll end up feeling bad about it, or we'll make poor choices and then we'll end up feeling bad about it, or we'll end up getting pissed and judging ourselves and like, oh, I'm so fat. And then we just start to take it out on our bodies, and our bodies are the innocent party. Our bodies are the innocent party. Did you know that scientists have found that when you hug yourself, that your body doesn't know the difference between you touching your body and someone else touching it, and it releases the same chemicals? So give yourself a hug every day. I do it in the morning when I'm doing my journaling, and it's a really great way to show your body some love, and it just provides a really good hit of those awesome chemicals. And when I say we get so disconnected from our bodies, it's almost like we look at our bodies like we're not supposed to touch them, we're not supposed to feel good about them, or to our bodies are incredible miracles, and we've become so disconnected, and then we're just beating them up all the time with our words and with the things we do to them. It's like self-abuse. It's a form of self-abuse. And then we overeat, and then we start back again on our diet. So first action, eat undistractedly. Eat undistractedly, just take your time, taste the food. Food does bring pleasure. It creates a chemical hit in your brain. Enjoy that. And I guarantee you will not need to eat as much as you think you do, or as much as you've eaten when you are distracted in eating. And you're going to feel full sooner, and you're going to be more satisfied because you're actually going to be tasting your food, and you're actually going to be enjoying it while you're sitting there eating. And I like to sit at my kitchen table or out in my backyard, and what I do is I look around and I'm like, oh my God, there's birds, and I listen, and I just really take in everything that's around me, not in a distracted way, but just in a very present way. So I really just get in tune with the presence of myself eating and the presence of the things that are around me. And it's just such a powerful experience, because what I find is I eat a whole heck of a lot less. I'm fuller sooner. I'm more satisfied. And then I can just kind of move on with my day. And I'm not thinking about the next meal, or I'm not thinking about, oh God, I feel like crap because I just ate a whole bag of chips when I was checked out in front of my computer. Or I just ate, 5 pieces of candy because I was stressed out at work, and I walked to the receptionist desk and there was a bowl of candy, and I grabbed 5 and I went back to my desk and ate them all. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, there's wrappers in front of me. I don't even remember doing that. And what happened? So we're just disconnected. And that really creates a trigger for overeating. So that's one of my actions that you can start to utilize immediately, and notice the difference of what that does in your life and how that feels when you eat. And it doesn't mean that, there's so many rules that we have around food, and my true passion is to help you break all of those rules you have, and to really come into a graceful, peaceful place with food instead of the food fight. And you know, once we can really let go of those rules around food and make choices that are aligned with us and what our bodies really want, it will change everything. And you won't have that constant struggle with food. And that just takes time. It's part of the journey. And it's part of us shifting our mindset around food and our mindset around our bodies. So another thing that I'd like to share is, can I get some thumbs up out there? I'm not seeing any likes popping across my screen. And I hope I'm still live because, let me see here. Yeah, I am. Sometimes I get cut off and I don't even know, and it says I'm still live, but I'm not. Anyway, thanks for all being here today. I love when you guys are here. So the next thing, so undistracted eating, the next thing that I want to offer to you is to find some sort of movement that you like, that feels good for your body. So when I hear people say, oh, I have to work out today, or oh, I have to exercise today, or, you know, I feel like the first thing that comes to my mind is, well, do you enjoy that? Because I don't want to exercise if I'm not enjoying it. So start to shift your mindset around exercise and make it about moving your body in a way that feels good. And really feeling your body and connecting to it when you're doing that. Like, I love to dance. I love it. And it's one of the quickest ways I get in my body. I put on some music and I just dance, and it feels so good to my body. And another thing I love to do is yoga. I mean, the yoga with the breath just puts me in my body too. So what are some things that you can do to move your body every day that you enjoy and that doesn't feel like you're dreading it, or that it's hard, or that, oh God, I don't want to do that because it's just painful? You know, like just move your body every day. Make a commitment to move your body every day for at least 15 to 30 minutes, you know, minimum of 15 minutes. And get outside and walk, you know, pump your arms, put some music on, like just really connect in with your body. And the more you start to do that, and the more you start to do things that your body actually likes, the better you're going to feel about your body. You know, the more empowered you'll feel in your body. So those are the two things that I'm going to share with you today, because I know these, I mean, I could go on forever and these videos can get really long, and I like to keep little snippets because I share something every week with you. And, you know, I think that on this journey, it's important to be incredibly patient with yourself, and to also know that it's really hard to do alone. I mean, I tried to do it alone and get to the other side of this for so many years. And when I finally broke through was when I started working with my own personal coach. So that's why I offer free coaching sessions to people. You know, your first session with me is free, and it's really about us honing in on what is going to support you and what steps that you can start to take immediately. So if you want to set up a time to talk to me, and I can ask you those 3 fat questions that I was talking about that would really hone in, and I didn't mean to say fat questions, I meant like big fat questions, like they're awesome questions. I can hone in on why it is that you're struggling, either losing weight and keeping it off, or why you're really struggling with your food and your body. So you can always go to my website and sign up for one of those and pick a time, and my times do fill up really quick. So just get on there, karmachow.com/consultation, and set up a time to talk to me. And I will be here next week, same time, same place, and I'll be sharing about a different topic. If you missed my Smart Food teleclass and you want that training, you can go on my website and register for it, and I will send it out to you. Just make sure you get on my email newsletter list, and I will make sure that I send it out to you. And you can go to karmachow.com and sign up for my newsletter, and I'll make sure that you get the recording. And it's such a powerful system, and I go through the entire thing, and I give you actionable steps that you can start to put into play right away. So thanks so much for joining me, you guys. Have an incredible weekend. The weather is beautiful here. I hope wherever you are that the weather's starting to shift and change and get warmer, and the sun is shining. And but you also have your own internal sunshine. I know that's a little goofy, but I want you guys to all have a great weekend and start to practice those 2 things. And I'm going to check in with you next week and ask you about it. All right, you guys, have a great one. Peace out.